The excitement of Arizona high school lacrosse is addictive. The Arizona Lacrosse League invites you to watch, support, and play lacrosse. It's one of the fastest growing sports, and the action and excitement will keep you coming back. To join a team in your area or to find out about a game in your area, go to ArizonaLacrosseLeague.com. APN Video Sports welcomes you into Haskell-Henshaw Stadium on the campus of Corona del Sol High School. It's our ENCORE GAMECAST presented by the Arizona Lacrosse League. The fifth-ranked Corona del Sol AZTECS, led by Benjamin Fitzhugh, outstanding senior midfielder, number 40, and Colin McCluskey. They'll be playing host to the ninth-ranked SALPOINTE Lancers. I'm Jeff Lowry, APN Sports. Getting a look at Greg Botto, the outstanding head coach for Corona. They struggled early this year, but really have pulled it together, and right now sits in that number 5 spot in the playoff picture, coming off a 15-8 win over Hamilton. On the other side, SALPOINTE, Kevin's team, 5-3. They're ranked 9th. They're coming off a tough loss at the hands of Desert Vista back on the 5th of April. Their best win this year was over Chaparral, 12-8, another top 10 team here in the state of Arizona. But this afternoon, as you get a look at Kevin Krieger, SALPOINTE head coach, he is going to be shorthanded. He's missing quite a few middies and one key player on defense. We'll be back with the play-by-play on APN in just a moment. Reserve your next sporting event today with APN Video Sports. Call 623-936-5585 or go to our website at apnvideo.com. Our athlete recruitment films have paved the way to over $35 million in scholarship offers. Today's game is being brought to you by the Arizona Lacrosse League and our ENCORE GAMECAST. Go to ArizonaLacrosseLeague.com for more. Welcome back to Haskell-Henshaw Stadium. Boy, we got a great one coming up this week on Wednesday. Sabino at SALPOINTE. We'll have all the play-by-play action right here on APN Video Sports, apnvideo.com, and the Arizona Lacrosse League. You're getting a look at the two outstanding goaltenders for both teams. Number 1, Nick Lyons for the SALPOINTE Lancers. You saw Alex Tunberg for Corona. So we're getting set to go. The opening face-off. It is SALPOINTE, it is Corona. Corona coming out in the all-white uniforms with the orange trim, SALPOINTE in the dark. And Mike Clare, one of the best in the state at face-off, number 33, but he gets out-dueled here, and SALPOINTE controls the opening face-off thanks to Zach Herndon, who had a big game, the only time we've had SALPOINTE on our game of the week is they take the first shot of the game, and it was wide to the right. SALPOINTE will retain possession, led by David Norris. Well, as we mentioned in the beginning of the broadcast, obviously SALPOINTE coming in here. They're down 4 middies in the game. They're down one of their top defenders. So it's going to be a challenge. What should have been one of the great matchups of the season here on APN Video and ArizonaLacrosseLeague.com. It's going to be an uphill climb here for SALPOINTE to beat a tough Corona team at home. Here's a strip and a clear and a nice job by the Corona. Tristan Butters, a defensive senior, and he gets it into the box. And so now settling in is the Aztecs, and they're led by one of the all-time scorers. We're still trying to ascertain how many points the great Chaparral attackman Jeff Stroop actually ended up with, as the first shot of the game belongs to Jacob Patterson, who was an all-state competitor in his freshman year a year ago, and at the 10:47 mark, he gives Corona the early 1-0 lead. That is the 40th goal of the season for Jacob Patterson. And I'm telling you, break all the records if he stays healthy. He's missed a game or two this year, and he still has 47 goals through maybe 7 games. So he's having a big year, as well as 21 for Corona, Garrett Howe. So now SALPOINTE trying to equalize as they trail 1-0. We're in the first quarter. Good ground ball there by Josh Schlosser, who is getting the start. They do get Chris Sullivan back. Long stick midfield as that shot sails over the pipes of the Corona del Sol Aztecs. Easy for me to say. And now SALPOINTE on the restart. Chase Tornquist. He finds an open man. Boy, good look there for David Norris. Came up with the left hand and missed it by just a few inches. 1-0 lead. Patterson scoring on an unassisted goal with 10:42 left to go at the 10:42 mark here in quarter number 1. Jeff Lowry, APM Video Sports, our website, apmvideo.com. Working out of X, SALPOINTE trailing by 1. They take the shot. Great defense by Corona, led by Nathan Tannenbaum, and finally corralled by Alex Thunberg. So the Aztecs in the all-white. Daniel Sion, look for a big game from him today. One of the defensive players, along with Rhett Butters, Trey Bussler, and Tristan Butters. I'm not sure we'll have to find out who's actually getting the start at midfield there for the Corona del Sol Aztecs at midi. Even though both the Butters are listed at defense. Patterson scoring his 40th goal of the season. And now they are looking to go up 2-0 with Garrett Howe, and a flag is coming in. The ball is down, and let's get the call from the official. Well, it's going against SALPOINTE. And so, let's see, number 18 over there, that's Pablo Cueva, one of their premier defenders here in 2014 for the SALPOINTE Lancers. So here's Corona in a man-up situation, already leading 1-0. And again, SALPOINTE coming in, down 4 middies. Not sure if all 4 are unavailable. There's a skip pass, and the end result, the big left, is missed by Patterson, who scored the game's only goal at the 10:42 mark. We're in the first quarter, 1-0 Corona in the all-white, orange trim, settling in on a 6-on-5 offense. Quick pass over, tough one to handle, but it was corralled nicely by Garrett Howe. And here is Patterson creating, going bottom shelf, and a great save there by Nick Lyons. So an excellent job by the SALPOINTE Lancer and goalie Nick Lyons. Is one of the things that SALPOINTE talking about before the game and even at the beginning part of the season, how they really need to improve. And then when you lose some of the middies and then you lose one of your top defenders in this game, boy, it really makes it tough. I don't want to give out too many names or information, just out of respect for SALPOINTE. That's why we're not, this isn't the major leagues here. But nonetheless, SALPOINTE shorthanded here, and they're going to be in possession. As SALPOINTE, an unforced error, and they turn it over. So an unforced error, if you're wondering, as Corona build up, back behind, a wraparound shot by Patterson, and this one's going to go out of play. Corona 6-3 by way of record. They've won 5 straight over Glendale, Mountain Point, Pinnacle, Boulder Creek, and Hamilton. But both of their losses, or 2 of the 3 losses, have come to the bigs, and that's DV and Brophy. Desert Vista, for those of you who don't know DV. But the thing about it is, Corona right now, and I really think they could very well be either the 3rd, 4th, or 5th best team in the state, with Gilbert and obviously Sabino undefeated at 10-0 at last check. Here's a nice ground ball picked up by Pablo Cueva, who's checked back in after a penalty. Sends it all the way down to the end line, and that's going to be corralled there by Thunberg. Corona with the ball and leading 1-0 first quarter action, but the Aztecs have already played the two bigs. Sabino hasn't. And Sabino and Corona still have a game together. Unfortunately, that's going to be down at the Old Pueblo in Tucson, Arizona, as the save is recorded by Nick Lyons of SALPOINTE. And that will keep the game at 1-0. I tell you what, I think the playoff picture, I think a lot of people, and I said this on our last telecast, I think a lot of people are already penciling in or maybe inking in Desert Vista and Brophy 1 and 2, even though Sabino in the latest lax ratings or poll has Sabino number 2 and Brophy is dropped to number 3 because they went 1 and 2 in San Francisco. High shot, no good by Garrett Howell, and it's still 1-0 team in white. Aztecs with the ball. Coming back on the restart, and I'll tell you what, they're putting a lot of pressure on the SALPOINTE Lancers, Nick Lyons, the goalie, and they have definitely outshot SALPOINTE here in the early stages, but only lead 1-0. Now the defensive assignment belongs to Sullivan. Sullivan, a pretty good ball player, pretty good lacrosse defender, and a tough assignment here, 21, Garrett Howell, along with Abadessa. May very well be the all-time leading scorers. We're still trying to ascertain some of the old records from the Arizona Youth Lacrosse League, the AYLL. And so once we get that, we'll find out if Jeff Stroop's reign as all-time leading scorer has fallen. And if you look at the statistics, I would imagine that I think Garrett Howell's already passed him. Now, whether or not Abadassa was there first, that's the big question. And I wish that the old group would release some of those old statistics. It would be nice to know who is the all-time leading scorer. We're going to get a timeout, SALPOINTE, on a nice ground ball there by Josh Schlosser. And it's 1-0 Corona here in the first quarter of play. And you're watching the Arizona Lacrosse League's Encore Gamecast, our game of the week with 4:33 left to go on APN Video Sports. I'm Jeff Lowry. So glad you could join us here. Beautiful day, a little warm, 93 degrees, and coming out with the hot stick and the goal. And that's going to be credited to Shane Cronhart. Check that Crownhart. Shane Crownhart scores. And they're saying it's unassisted, and this game is tied with 4:25 left to go in quarter number 1. We're tied at 1 apiece.
Good job, Mike. Hey, go, Mikey.
And Corona gets their first face-off win of the day, and one of the young men we talked about, Benjamin Fitzhugh. Talked to him after the Boulder Creek win a week ago, the game we had here on APN, our Encore Gamecast of the week. And remember, they had that great defensive showing over the Boulder Creek Jags, and one of the big reasons, number 40, Benjamin Fitzhugh, he was talking about the physicality and mentioned another adverb or adjective, whatever you want to call it, as a two-man game there, and that's one of the greats, probably will go down as one of the greats in lacrosse history here in Arizona. And once again, Patterson scoring on an assist from Garrett Howell. So Howell, his first assist. It's Patterson's second goal of the game. Corona in the all-white uniforms lead 2-1 here on their home turf at Haskell Henshaw Stadium. We're here in Tempe, Arizona on just a beautiful day for Arizona high school lacrosse. Corona got out to a 1-0 lead. Now lead 2-1 after the game was tied on a Crownhart goal at the 4:25 mark. That last goal was scored at the 3:47 mark here in quarter number 1. Nice move there by Butters, number 34, and lost out of play. And now you're going to get a look at Jacob Patterson, only a sophomore. He was all-star last year in his freshman season as he finished third in goals, assists, and points on his team. And now he's going to do what you see Garrett Howell doing, kind of backing in like a powered forward. He spins around the defender, and a no-look shot is good with a flag down on the play. What a phenomenal shot that time by the sophomore Jacob Patterson. Let's look at it again on our goalie cam here on APM Video. He was shaking and baking. He went left, he went right, and he had eyes in the back of his head. And he found the back of the net, and it is 3-1, and he's already got the hat trick with 2:52 left to go here in quarter number one. Well, I'm telling you, I am just impressed. This is the first time I've seen him play this year, and I'm just impressed. This young man, only a sophomore, and his skill set is phenomenal. Shot by SALPOINTE wide to the left and no good. They'll restart with Josh Schlosser behind the net on the end line. As he moves left, now goes right, finds and sets up a left-handed shot. Great save by Alex of Corona. Still alive out in front. An unsettled ball. Here's a second shot on a rebound. And what it might have been a pass to Shane Crownhart, he couldn't get it to go. So Corona still leads it 3-1. They're on defense. SALPOINTE in possession, looking to dodge, and had it stripped away. Outstanding defense by Rhett Butters, whose older brother, playing Division I. I was talking to Cliff Prowse, who was the longtime head coach over here, now the assistant, of course, the man who runs this program, and has really done a great job in putting Corona up there as a top 5 program over the last couple of years. Last year they went to the semifinals as Tornquist gets a shot heading to maybe Lehigh College next year out of SALPOINTE number 2. So on the reset, the Lancers will have it. Crownhart out front. Bounce feeds one into the back of the net, and he's got it. His second unassisted goal comes at the 1:46 mark here in quarter number one, and the lead has been trimmed to 1 to 3-2. So the Aztecs lead it 3-2 over the SALPOINTE Lancers, coming out in the all-dark uniforms with the burgundy trim. Almost like the Arizona State University. Almost taboo being from Tucson, having those kind of colors. And we're going to get a hold here against Corona. So SALPOINTE with a chance to equalize. 3 goals already for the sophomore Jacob Patterson, whose older brother, Jordy Patterson, owns all the offensive records here at Corona. All-state several years, and truly one of the great players in this Arizona Lacrosse League history. Great save there by Alex. And that may have been one of those blinded shots where the goalie does not have a direct line of sight, and he still came up with it. Tremendous job. Nice save there by Howell, and he's got it as he's working up against Christopher Sullivan. We're in the first quarter as we're winding down quarter number one. Garrett Howell having a big season this year. Leads the team in points. He has 30 goals, 31 assists. He has 1 here today. And a nice job there in transition for the SALPOINTE Lancers. They trail it 3-2 and now have a chance here, but solid defense here. Boy, I'll tell you, Benjamin Fitzhugh coming in, laying the thunder down. Just drove that shoulder into the offensive player of the SALPOINTE Lancers and sprung that ball loose, but SALPOINTE able to recover. Looking to maybe get the last shot of this first quarter. And that one skips away. Another save by Alex Thunberg of the Corona del Sol Aztecs. SALPOINTE possession. Final seconds of quarter number one. Looking for an open shot, and taking the big left was David Norris. Didn't get a lot on that, and that's the end of quarter number one. With the score, the home team all in one. The Corona del Sol Aztecs 3, SALPOINTE 2. The second quarter is coming up next here on APN's Encore GameCast. Reserve your next sporting event today with APN Video Sports. Call 623-936-5585 or go to our website at apnvideo.com. Our athlete recruitment films have paved the way to over $35 million in scholarship offers. Today's game is being brought to you by the Arizona Lacrosse League and our Encore GameCast. Go to ArizonaLacrosseLeague.com for more. Well, an excellent job by Zach Herndon for the SALPOINTE Lancers, they won 5 of the 6 face-offs. A reminder, our next Encore Gamecast is Sabino at SALPOINTE this coming Wednesday. And we'll have all the play-by-play action here on APN Video Sports. Go to apnvideo.com and watch it on the Arizona Lacrosse League. Another place you can watch, and it'll be the first place it'll be posted, would be on YouTube at APN Sports Zone. So if you want to get a quick start on watching any of the games. Second of 7 face-off wins. This time, Fitzhugh comes up with a big ground ball. They tried to go for an inside shot, couldn't get it to go. Corona in the white uniforms with a 3-2 lead. This is the dangerous Howell, number 21. He likes and really thrives on that isolation, getting that defender in an isolation situation, weaving, swimming through the defense. That was probably a pass to the sophomore Patterson, and this should be possession SALPOINTE. SALPOINTE in possession with a 3-2 deficit. Long pass. It goes all the way down and corralled there by Thunberg. If you're wondering playoff history, these two teams, Corona has been to the semifinals on 2 occasions, including last year when they lost to Brophy. They lost to Brophy in 2009 when they went to the semifinals. Last year was, I would say, probably their best season. They were 11-5. I think they were 10-5 a few years back. And there's a shot and a score. And it is once again Patterson on an assist play from Ryan Budgett. So that's his 4th of the day. Here's the replay, and actually all Patterson did on that pass was almost like he tapped it in. The ball never got into the cross of the sophomore Jacob Patterson, and with 10:50 left to go here in quarter number 2, the Aztecs enjoy a 4-2 lead. Matching their largest lead of the game, they led 3-1 at the 2:52 mark. So another face-off as they battle, and SALPOINTE's number 14, Tyler Hartman, with the win after a very impressive first quarter of face-offs by Zach Herndon for the SALPOINTE Lancers. So possession Lancers here after they give up the 4th goal to Jacob Patterson just a moment ago. It was a great pass by Ryan. Let's see if SALPOINTE can cut it back to a 1-point or a 2-point deficit as they trail 4-2 here. Get it back to a 1-point deficit, as now they'll try to work it out of X. But last year's Corona team, pretty good, going to the semifinals. SALPOINTE, if you're wondering, and I think I may have gotten some misinformation, but they won the state championship in Division II in 2009. In 2010, they moved up to D1, went to the semifinals, and came within 1 goal of going to state. They made it to the semifinals again in 2012 at Division I play, the last year that Arizona had 2 divisions, and they lost to Brophy in 2012, the eventual state champions in the semifinals. So the recent history, very successful. And a save there by Nick Lyons. And a glad hand. We got a flag down, and this one going against Jake Weber. So as you take a look at the SALPOINTE Lancers, we got SALPOINTE and Corona fans around our camera well here at Haskell-Hinshaw Stadium, and so far so good. We haven't had any fights up here or anything like that. 2 class organizations, Corona and SALPOINTE here, and you wouldn't expect anything like that. They've been getting along real well. Up high, and a deflected shot, which could have, I'll tell you, that could have easily went in. And good concentration by the SALPOINTE goalie to get to save Nick Lyons. This one's going to go out of play, and this might be Corona's ball, unless it was last touched by the Aztecs. It wasn't. Thunberg with a long pass down to Ryan Budgett. Good job. Nice job there. And now the pass and the shot and the denial by Nick Lyons off the sophomore Jared Duvall. And I'll tell you, this Corona team, at least from an offensive standpoint, you got Jared Duvall, who is third on the team in points, a sophomore attackman, as this shot is going to go. And that was Fitzhugh. So Fitzhugh with his first goal of the game. Comes at the 8:17 mark here in the second quarter. Credit the assist to Garrett Howell. That's his second of the day. And now they battle for the face-off possession, and Corona's got it. They've won 2 of the 3 here in the second quarter. Currently, SALPOINTE has won 6 of the first 9 face-off in terms of first team gaining possession coming off a face-off. Morose looking to pass, and it was intercepted out front of the crease. So a fine job there by Pablo Cueva. I thought played very well in that Gilbert game that we had a few weeks ago here on the Arizona Lacrosse League Game of the Week. One of their top defenders. Great look underneath and out, or rather out front. And SALPOINTE, and they're on the board with Tornquist. So an assist from Sullivan. And now the lead is 5-3.
Go, Mike.
So the largest lead of the contest, 5-2 Corona. This last goal came at the 7:34 mark as they battle again for the faceoff. 10th faceoff of the game. Loose ball. Who wants it? And we're going to get a push. Aztec ball. Aztecs in the all-white. They have possession leading 5-3. We're in quarter number 2. 93 degrees, our game time temperature for this Saturday, April 12th, 4 p.m. start time. And we're going to get a timeout, Corona. So a break in the action. The Aztecs lead SALPOINTE out of Tucson 5-3. Jeff Lowry back here from Haskell Henshaw Stadium, the home of the Corona del Sol Aztecs in Tempe, Arizona. APN Video Sports and our Encore GameCast presented by the Arizona Lacrosse League. Herndon with a great job on defense, breaking that one up. Excellent ground ball. Good job by Wheaton-Camp, who cleared that one for the Lancers, and now they will try to settle in, see if they can get it into the box here. They will. He must have read my mind. Teddy Sullivan, one of the top scorers on the team, the attackman for Kevin Krieger's SALPOINTE Lancers, who come in here with a record of 5-3, ranked 9th in the state of Arizona. Here's the dodge from right of the crease, and the denial again. Thunberg having a monster game in the crease here between the pipes for the Corona del Sol Aztecs as they lead at 5-3. Inside of 6 minutes left to play. Tenacious, hard-nosed defense by Butters. You would expect nothing less from someone named Butters. That name is synonymous with Corona del Sol Aztecs, even at the football, with the football team down through the years. Got 2 of them on this team. Tristan Butters, the senior. Rhett Butters, the junior. Getting a look at 22 Crownhart, Shane Crownhart. One of the top offensive weapons for Coach Krieger's team. Sullivan, and it was broken up. Excellent job, Luke Morose of the Aztecs, but somehow SALPOINTE still in possession. Second quarter action. 5-3 lead for the Aztecs. SALPOINTE in the dark uniforms, they have possession. Out of X, Tornquist. Along with Sullivan, kind of the 2 offensive leaders in terms of points throughout most of the year. Here's the dodge up high, and it was broken up at the point of attack. Another fine defensive play by Ben Fitzhugh. I'll tell you what, it's like a hot potato, and finally corralled there by Moreno, who got to start at midfield here today. So it's been a long possession here for the Lancers. Moreno's going to come off the field. Well, if you're a big fan of Arizona high school lacrosse, these next 2 weeks are going to be awfully exciting as we wind down the regular season. Moving to his right, and now giving it up. And looked like they tried to work it inside. I'll tell you, Ben Fitzhugh is having a big-time game here for the Aztecs. Number 40 brings it into the attack box. Well, not quite. And now Garrett Howe. Isolated, right of the crease, puts on the move, and shoots high, and no good. Had to shoot over the head of Christopher Sullivan. So Christopher doing a good job of sliding over there and marking up his man awfully good there. Because I'll tell you what, you let Garrett Howe, you can't give him space or time. Now Patterson going to work, looking to pass, comes back to the weak side, and it was broken up. He got it to Duvall, but good, solid physical defense there by the SALPOINTE Lancers as they break up what probably would have been another score, as Corona still leads at 5-3. We're in quarter number 2. Into the offensive half, the attack box. Pablo Cueva does so many things for this team, and they know if they're going to make a push in the playoffs, if they're going to be a top 5 team. They were ranked 5 last week. Here's a bounce feed towards the net and did not get it. 28, Bernardo Rabel, the midfielder. SALPOINTE still in possession out of X. Chase Tornquist, only a sophomore. I know I mentioned this in the Gilbert Sabino game, our last telecast, as a shot is taken. That wasn't even close, and that one's going to find the shrubbery over there on the far side. SALPOINTE will reset, trailing 5-3. But isn't it amazing the amount of great sophomores we are seeing? I tell you, I think the next couple of years is going to be awfully exciting here in Arizona. Good defense. Hartman picks up the loose ball.
All right, let's go.
4 points in the game for Corona's Patterson as the big right is denied by Alex Thunberg. And that's been the big story here today. Crownhart for SALPOINTE has 2 goals to lead the way. A couple of assists for Garrett Howe, but the big story has been number 17 for the Aztecs. That looked like that almost went in. Tornquist was denied.
Come on, Daniel, use those wheels. You got it
And a nice clear. 44, Danny Zion. Timeout. SALPOINTE trailing 5-3 here. In quarter number 2, you're watching APN's Encore Gamecast presented by the Arizona Lacrosse League. The Aztecs 5 visiting SALPOINTE out of Tucson 3. So the Aztecs looking to settle into a 6-on-6. Less than 90 seconds left to go here in the first half on a very warm day where we've had just mild temperatures for most of the lacrosse season as Garrett Howe goes to work, isolated right of the crease, picked up there defensively by Sullivan, and he's really harassing this great score. And now he falls down, and there's the flag coming in, and this will be a push on Sullivan.
Which time?
Or a hold, actually. 30 seconds, he'll sit, and a man-up situation for the Aztecs.
Talk it up out there, defense.
Aztecs with a 5-3 lead. Patterson scored their first 4 goals. They got another goal by Fitzhugh at the 8:13 mark here in quarter number 2.
Behind you.
The 3 goals by SALPOINTE. Crownhart scored 2 in the first, and Tornquist on a Sullivan assist with 7:32 left to play in the second quarter cut it to a 5-3 deficit. Man-up situation here for the Aztecs.
20 seconds.
20 seconds on the, I think that was a 1 minute. Yeah, I think I said 30 second. That had to be a 1 minute. Howell.
Come on.
And finding an open man out on the wing. Tremendous job there. 31, Jake Weber. And even though Howell has not scored in this first half, he has 3 assists, and that comes with 9 seconds left to play here in the first half. So it's 6-3 Corona.
Come on, Mikey.
Probably won't be able to do much with this face-off. Salpointe wins it. Can they pull the trigger, get that shot off? And they run out of time. We head into halftime with the Aztecs, the host team, leading Salpointe 6-3. We'll be back with the second half on APN in just a moment. Well, the Corona del Sol Aztecs with a good first half of play against a tough, quality Salpointe Lancer team, and they lead 6-3 as we set for the second half of play, and the Aztecs will get the face-off win. They lost 4 of the 11 in that first half, but they lead where it counts, and that's the scoreboard where they lead at 6-3. The big story, obviously, Jacob Patterson, the 4 goals on 3 assists from Garrett Howell. The other 2 goals, Fitzhugh and Weber for the Corona del Sol Aztecs. Salpointe got their 3 goals from Shane Crownhart, number 22, and a lone goal by Chase Tornquist. So here in quarter number 3, the Aztecs and the all-white leading at 6-3. This is Howell. Again, a very dangerous player. He's drawing the double team as the Salpointe defense pushes him out. They do a great job, and now a nice job of shoveling up that loose ball. Tyler Hartman, who may have actually stripped it away. And now they get it into the attack box, and they take the first shot of the second half, and it's no good as Tornquist was turned back by Thunberg, the goalie, but they get a second offered here. Ball loose out in front of the crease. Salpointe trying to cut into a 3-point lead here for the Aztecs, and they get a great ground ball there. And that's Luke. And here comes Luke right down the middle, the defender and junior midfielder. More of a defensive midfielder than an offense. And so Jacob Patterson will take it to the end line and give his team a chance to get the right personnel in there during a downtime. They lead it by a score of 6-3. Led 3-2 after 1. Boy, Salpointe playing good, strong defense. You got to put a body on this young man Patterson, but more than that, as he goes bottom shelf, and that one slipped through, and he's got his 5th goal. Well, I was just going to say, if you get too close, he can use that to his advantage. Patterson's 5th goal of the game and the largest lead of the contest for the Aztecs, 7-3. Face-off wins Salpointe. They've done a pretty good job there. That one face-off win at the end of the half really didn't factor into anything significant. Checking in, 22, Shane Crownhart. My name is Jeff Lowry, APN Video Sports, and our Encore Gamecast. Corona in the white leading it 7-3, and another save by Alex Thunberg. Having a big game here, number 5 in goal for the Corona del Sol Aztecs and head coach Chris Botto. Out front, Tornquist turns and comes back with a huge left, and he scores. Well, that is his 2nd goal of the day, and Salpointe with 8:57 left to go here in the 3rd quarter are back to within 3. It's 7-4. Tornquist scoring for the Salpointe Lancers, the sophomore sensation for Kevin Krager's team. Face-off win belongs to Corona. Ryan Budgett having a fine game this afternoon here from Haskell Henshaw Stadium. We're in the third quarter of this Arizona High School Arizona Lacrosse League matchup between the 9th-ranked Salpointe Lancers, 5-3, Aztecs 5th-ranked 6-3 by way of record. Patterson, who has scored 5, gives it up to Hal. He thought about the big left. Drew the double team. Good slide over there. 14 has done a good job, Tyler Hartman. And so too Teddy Sullivan, number 11. Hal trying to get a screen. He does. Goes around the crease, finds an open man. His big right hand, no good. There's Ryan Budgett. Another sophomore who is actually 4th on the team in points this year, number 7 for the Aztecs. Trying to go bottom shelf for the second straight time. Jacob Patterson on the shot. Couldn't quite get it. Hal trying to corral it over there on the alley. And now he has it. He's going to try to weave his way through. Look for that skip pass here. Nope, he's going to maybe dodge here. Boy, he's so unpredictable. Here is, well, an awkward-looking shot by Jake Weber as one of the 7 goals here for Corona today. The Aztecs in the white uniforms, they lead it by a score of 7-3. We're in quarter number 3. Trying to extend a 5-game win streak to 6. We've had wins over Glendale, Mountain Point, Pinnacle, Boulder Creek, and a 15-8 win over Hamilton. Patterson, quick pass. Just good defense by Salpointe. And they are in possession of the ball as they trail 7. I think I said 7-3. It's 7-4 in favor of Corona. The deficit is 3. And now they may have just thrown that one away. Duvall tried to make the one-handed snare, couldn't get it to go. And Pablo Cueva, who always seems to be in the right place at the right time. Salpointe, good-looking pass there, but stripped away. Rhett Butters, a tremendous defensive play by the junior defenseman. Up ahead to Tristan Butters. And so the brother combination just won themselves a possession. Outstanding job.
Watch up.
7-4 lead for the Aztecs. 7-4 lead. I think I did say 7-3. So I stand corrected. 7-4 Aztecs. Hal calling out the offense. Boy, he had an open man out front. Takes it to the cage himself. And that one is going to be picked up there by Jake Weber. Back over to Hal. And they'll restart the offense. Working out of X. Trying to swim through that defensive pressure by number 11. And I don't know how in the world, but Garrett Howell finds Jared Duvall, the sophomore. An incredible pass. And Duvall, the finisher, his first goal of the day. And for Howell, his 4th assist. So the lead is up to 8-4, 8-4 in favor of the Aztecs. Trying to win this face-off. Claire.
Keep in there. Keep in there. Grab it. Come on, Ben.
Well, nobody wants to pick this one up, and it'll be possession Salpointe. Well, we mentioned it at the top of the broadcast. Salpointe, excellent job there. Well, that's a heads-up play by Trey Bustler. The 8th grader on defense, number 18 for Corona. And he made a nice play there. That was a very difficult ground ball to corral, especially with that long stick for number 18. We got a flag down. Face-offs even at 2 here in the second half. We're going to get an illegal body check here. That's non-releasable. So Salpointe trailing by 4. Now will have to get back and play defense down a man. So Corona the man up, already up 8-4. Third quarter action. Skip pass. Oh my goodness, what a save by Nick Lyons. A phenomenal save. I'll tell you what, check that, Jacob Patterson couldn't have been more than 12 or 15 feet away, point blank range. I mean, a powerful left. And what a job by Nick Lyons coming up with a save. My goodness. Over to Benjamin. Benjamin not going to force anything offensively. Number 40 for Corona there. Here's a skip pass. Second opportunity. This time Jacob Patterson finds the promised land on the 5th assist by Howell. What a day for Howell. What a day for Patterson. That makes it 9-4 with 4:20 left to go. Patterson has his 6th, count them, 6 goals here today.
Come on, Luke. Get that Luke. Get it, Luke. Luke, get it, Luke. Skip Luke. Come on, Luke.
And the Corona del Sol Aztecs, as we approach the 4-minute mark here in quarter number 3, owning their largest lead of the contest of 5. They lead at 9-4, and they have possession. Lucas Moros, number 30, will restart it. Alex Thunberg, the senior goalie, saving better than 55% of the shots on this year. That is a misleading statistic, by the way. I mean, I know, like, if you cover the or follow the college game, I think the leading percentage in terms of saves is Patterson, and he finds a flashing Duvall. So Patterson gets his first assist of the day. Duvall's second goal, 7 points for Patterson, and it's 10-4 Corona.
Come on, Claire. We got to win these. Nice job, Claire.
Face off.
Come on, Roger.
Corona lost it. SALPOINTE's got it. Corona should have had that one. Well, the face-off's even here in the second half. Now SALPOINTE. Boy, they're in big trouble now. A loss would put them at 5-4. It could very well drop them out of the top 10 ranking. Nice job swimming through the defense. He'll work it back out, and now settling in on their 6-on-6. Here's the dodge. Here's Slosher giving it up. Working out of X is Herndon. Herndon, boy, out front, Tornquist, but he was harassed from behind. What a day for Rhett Butters. Mike Clare applying the defensive pressure outside, just outside the crease. Corona had the possession. Now they throw it away. This is going to stay in play. Let's see if the Lancers will get it. They do, and that's Zach Herndon. And I'll tell you, Zach is playing in-line to in-line. Good quick pass, Crownhart. Crownhart, right of the crease. Defense backed off, and that resulted into a pass. Tornquist scores and gets the assist from Crownhart, and that will cut it to a 10-5 deficit with 2:20 left to go here in the third. So a good job there. You like the footwork of Shane Crownhart there. Plays on that Stars national team. Midfielder for the SALPOINTE Lancers. They just scored to cut the deficit back to 5. For Tornquist, that is goal number 3. And I believe that is Shane's first assist of the game. Shane has 3 goals. Or check that, he has 2 goals on the game. And his first assist, so he's got 3 points. SALPOINTE in the all-dark uniforms, almost ASU-like. I know I probably shouldn't even bring that up because I know the feeling about Sun Devils in Wildcat country down there in the old Pueblo. SALPOINTE has been one of the strong programs in the Arizona Lacrosse League over the last half decade. We talked about their playoff success, winning a championship in '09, a game that we have on APN video. You could purchase that on DVD if you want. Here's a shot. That's no good. Triple teamed as he pulled the trigger on that one. If you have any questions about past games, you can give us a call at apnvideo.com. Our phone number is there on the website. But, they went to the finals and won it in '09, got to the semifinals in 10 and 12. And the one thing I think about SALPOINTE, I think this is a team that's got the personnel to get back to the semifinals. They just need to get healthy right now. Good, strong, physical defense. Played by Paul Griffin, 16. And now timeout on the field. And that was called by Corona to save possession with 1:18 left to go. The Aztecs on our Encore GameCast leading it 10-5. Corona on the restart. They lead it. In possession is Garrett Howell. Has yet to find the back of the crease or the back of the net. Call it what you will here in this game, but he has 5 assists. And he has been very unselfish as Jacob Patterson has been impressive with 6 goals and 1 assist. Duvall couldn't handle that pass through the crease area. And now SALPOINTE promptly throws it away. Possession Aztecs. And with all the great scoring accolades here today for Corona, what a job by Alex Thunberg and this defense. Benjamin Fitzhugh, Mike Clare, Red Butters has had some big games. Daniel Zion, Tristan Butters has made a couple of big plays in the game, and Corona's going to get this one. Cliff Prowse over there, longtime brain trust of the Aztecs. Greg Botto, the head coach of Corona. If we get a chance, I'm going to mention some of the assistant coaches for this team. Oh, my goodness. Jacob was wide open, a yard in front of the crease, couldn't hold on to that pass. The assistants, Adam Christie, of course, Cliff Prowse, now the assistant. He's been the head coach at this program for a while. Jeff Baldwin and Scott Westrake. And that's the end of the third period. We head to the fourth. It's the Aztecs 10 visiting Tucson SALPOINTE 5. Jeff Lowry back here. Glad you could join us.
You got it. Put it in there. Nice job.
The Aztecs and the Lancers, a 5-point lead for the team in all white. Possession SALPOINTE. Herndon. Crossfield pass as they try to clear it out of there, and they do. Good job. Well, if SALPOINTE has any conceivable chance of winning this game, they better get at least 2 unanswered goals to start this fourth quarter and do it in a timely fashion. Down by 5, and you know that Corona probably is not done. Unforced error is going to turn it back over, but there is a flag down. And the slashing penalty is going against SALPOINTE.
Go defense.
Actually, an unnecessary roughness. So now, and I stand corrected, that was against Corona. And the shot no good over there by Zach Herndon, who is trying to locate his first goal of the contest. SALPOINTE in a man up. Nice look. Nice save. Thunberg again on a shot by David Norris. And it's Corona's ball. Good hustle. The hustle pays off. There is no substitute for the big H word. And Tristan Butters got the possession that time. And loose ball. Unable to corral that was Reed Sinclair. Reed having to have a big game here with all the middies and the One big defender out for Salpointe, and here is the Lancers, and this is Sullivan, the long stick. And he will pass it up, and a high shot by Tornquist, no good. Torn has 3 goals on the game. Salpointe trails by 5. They need a goal right now. Another shot that missed, and they're 0 for 3. Corona led 3-2 after 1. Led 6-3 at the half. Salpointe, another shot, and hit the pipe. Hit the crossbar, it looked like, on a shot by Tyler Hartman. They repossess Crownheart. In close, what a job, Thunberg again with the denial. The goalie of the Corona del Sol Aztecs. The 6th shot, he does it again. Boy, he has been incredible, and now we're going to get another flag down. And this is going to be a cross-checking penalty. And this is a 2-minute non-releasable. Well, that hurts. So sitting down is Tristan Butters. You saw the reaction of Alex after that tremendous save, and he knew that Butters had committed that infraction, and that's why he showed some, emotion there. Here's another tremendous save by Thunberg. The crowd on their feet here at Corona del Sol, and he'll send it all the way down. Just wanting to clear it, and Garrett trying to save it in here for the Aztecs, trying to draw a foul. That little soccer play there, a little flop. Well, it's part of the game. I know a lot of people don't like it, but that kind of looked like a flop that time. And the Salpointe fans are just beside themselves. So here's Garrett Howe looking for his first goal of the game. He shoots high. Yeah, I think in that situation, you see a lot of athletes, especially, you're getting ready to fall out of bounds like that. You see a lot of athletes do that, act like they were pushed out. Now Patterson.
Let it go!
Give it up. Great job, Nick Lyons. Nick has had some great saves in this game for Salpointe. Aztecs, led by Luke Morose. And there's a flag down on that one, and Salpointe claiming another flop there on the Aztecs. Shot wide right. And another flag flying in. Well, it's a proverbial flag day here at Haskell Henshaw Stadium. Salpointe's going to be in a double man down situation. 2 minutes to the head, non-releasable. Well, let's see. Hold on a minute. 2 minute. 2 minute. So just a pair of 2 minute fouls. Let's see, 16, and that is Paul Griffin and Zach Herndon, number 7 for Salpointe. My goodness, down 10-5. You're missing, 5 players off your starting or off your first and second team. And now you're down 10-5, and you're playing 2 men shy for 2 minutes. And you're just hoping that Corona is doing exactly what they're doing right now, and they're going to maybe just kind of kill the penalty for you. So we're in the fourth quarter. The Aztecs, white uniforms, orange trim, leading 10-5 over the Salpointe Lancers, who come in here with a record of 15-3. Shot, no good. Ryan Budget. Contested there by Pablo Cueva. Corona possession, up by 5. And maybe that pass went into the sun. Fortunately for Corona, it was deflected by Alan Moreno.
Come on, Jake.
So the Aztecs up by 5, fourth period action. Duvall, can he save it? And no, he cannot. SALPOINTE. You definitely want to get this ball out of your defensive half. That's the most important thing.
Oh.
Good persistence by Jake Weber, the midfielder for the Aztecs, gaining that ground ball. Now it's loose again. And Crownhart wants to bring it into the attack box. SALPOINTE down by 5 in possession. Big day for Alex Thunberg in goal for the Aztecs. He's been challenged and he has risen to the occasion on numerous occasions, though Corona has outshot SALPOINTE in this game. Should Corona hold on, they will go to 7-3. Out front, tried to come back with the right, couldn't get it to go. Aztecs, nope, ground ball belongs to Teddy Sullivan. Sullivan had a really good first half. If you're wondering, the Lax Power top 5, Desert Vista is number 1. Sabino has moved up to number 2. Brophy 3. Not that because Brophy doesn't have any more losses in state, and I'm really surprised that Lax Power would punish the Brophy Broncos for losing 2 out-of-state games, but they did. Gilbert, even though they lost to Sabino the other day, is 4, and Corona is 5. Corona has yet to play Gilbert, so that's a game coming up. Here's a shot. Here's a goal. SALPOINTE. Hartman strikes. On an assist play from Sullivan. And that cuts the lead to 10-6. Hey, they're not out of it yet. 5:20 left to go here. But they need another goal. So the top 5 is Desert Vista 1, Sabino 2, Brophy 3, Gilbert 4, Corona 5. Mountain Point, who has lost already to Corona, is 6. And believe it or not, Chaparral is 7. 2 ahead of SALPOINTE, who comes in here 9th, though SALPOINTE defeated Chaparral. So that Lax Power could be off a little bit here. I would probably put SALPOINTE either 7th or 8th and have Chaparral 1 behind them at 8 or 9, depending on. And I haven't seen Desert Vista 2 play, so I'm really probably not in a position to. Good job stripping that ball away. Jake Weber, who has a goal here, having a tough time and won't be able to corral that hot potatoes. It bounces out of play, and here's the restart. Alan Moreno, 31, opposite number of Jake Weber for the SALPOINTE Lancers. Inside of 5 minutes left to go. The Lancers trailing by 4. Still in this ball game, but they need some urgency here on offense. Need to get a couple of quick goals here if possible. But I think the one reason why I think Corona might be one of the, Desert Vista, Brophy are going to be in that top 4. That's the top 4 in the playoffs get the bye. Nice attempt there by Teddy Sullivan. 1 through 4 going into the playoffs gets a bye into the second round. And if you're Mountain Point, if you're SALPOINTE, if you're any of those teams between 3 and 7 or 8, you got to play well here late, and you got to get into that top 4. You want to get that bye. I just think Corona with Patterson, Garrett Howe, and their defense right now, I have to put them in the top 4. And I think the big question is how they play against Sabino is going to really set the tone for the playoffs. And I'm anxious to see that game. Of course, Sabino hasn't lost this year. I know they're ranked 2, but they haven't played the Big 2 yet. Corona has, and they've lost to both Desert Vista and Brophy. So it's going to be really interesting how these last couple of weeks kind of play out. But after seeing Sabino and Gilbert, I thought those two teams were really close, and I think you got Corona in there. But the wild card out of all this, as shooting the left hand, is David Norris, and he scores. And now all of a sudden it's 10-7. 2:48. They get a quick goal here. They can put some pressure on this Corona defense. Anything can happen. So, I really believe that the Aztecs might be one of the top 4 teams. I would put Sabino and Gilbert right there, but the one wild card could be, and don't count them out. I've seen it happen too many times, but the Chaparral Firebirds, they can find a way. They just seem to find a way to get it together late in the season. We saw them struggle in 09 and 11. You can ask Bo Pick. Everybody had Brophy heavily favored in those 2 seasons to win the championship, and Chaparral came back and won. I'm not saying that this year's Chap team is the same as those 2 teams, because they've struggled this year. But I wouldn't count them out. But I'll tell you right now, and if SALPOINTE gets healthy, they can make a run for the semifinals too. No question about it. No question about it. So stay tuned to apnvideo.com, our Arizona Lacrosse League page. Go to the website. Watch our games of the week. Remember, we got Sabino and SALPOINTE. That's going to be a big game. If SALPOINTE gets a upset win there against the second-ranked Sabino SaberCats, that could really make things interesting. Open net, Patterson, his 7th of the day. How about that? And that one probably is the final nail in the coffin. $1.50 left to go. Aztecs 11 and the SALPOINTE Lancers 7. And I don't want to upset Mountain Point because I didn't mention them. I haven't seen Mountain Point play this year. And I think, apparently they had a pretty decent game against Brophy, even though they lost. Played really good defense. So Mountain Point's another team that might be looking for a semifinal berth in the playoffs this year. So got to give some credit to the program over there. Timeout on the field. 11-7, SALPOINTE trailing the host team, the Aztecs, as we wind down the final 60 seconds. Again, our next Encore GameCast. Of course, we also have Desert Vista in their game against the team from Washington. Another save by Thunberg. Who, along with Patterson, has to be the 2 player of the games here for the Aztecs. Of course, Hal had 5 assists. Patterson, 7 goals, 1 assist, 8 points. And look at Daniel Zion still making plays. That was a good clear. Danny Zion does a lot of things for this Corona team that you're not going to see in a box score tomorrow morning. Final 35, 40 seconds. Alex still out there, still making saves for the Corona del Sol Aztecs. And we wind down play here, and just invite you to join us for that Desert Vista. We'll have the Desert Vista game up probably Monday against Tahoma, a team out of Maple Valley between Tacoma, Washington, and Seattle. But this game is in the books, and the Aztecs go to 7-3. They win their 6th in a row with an 11-7 victory over the SALPOINTE Lancers here from Haskell Henshaw Stadium in Tempe. This has been a presentation of the Arizona Lacrosse League and APM Video Sports. Jeff Lowry saying so long, everybody.